Physics experiment, balloon in a car. What would happen to a helium-filled balloon inside a car with closed windows when you accelerate and decelerate? Since the windows are closed, we will be able to neglect air pressure and just use Newton's first and third law. Newton's first law states that every body remains in a state of constant velocity unless acted upon by an external unbalanced force. This means that in the absence of non-zero net force, the center of mass of a body remains either at rest or moves at a constant velocity. Newton's third law states that the mutual forces of action and reaction between two bodies are equal, opposite, and collinear. That means that whenever a first body exerts a force on a second body, the second body exerts the same and equal force back on it. For example, if the car accelerates forward from a stop, you would feel forced back into your seat. However, that is because you're not looking at the big picture. It is actually the car that is moving forward, but you're staying still. Thus, the car is exerting a force onto you, making you think you are being pushed backwards. Similarly, when the car is decelerating to a stop, you will still be moving forward, so that's why you fly forward. Since the balloon is floating in the air, I think when the car moves forward, it will pull the string of the balloon forward, making the balloon appear to go backwards from the camera's point of view. When the car is up to speed going at a constant velocity, all the forces should be equal, thus the balloon will stay still. Finally, when the car decelerates to a stop, the balloon will still be moving forward and nothing will resist the balloon. Thus the balloon will fly forward. For this experiment, we will be using a latex balloon since it weighs less than the plastic balloon, thus it will float better. The car we will be using is a 1998 Corolla, and all this is performed off-street in a safe and closed environment.
Hello YouTubers, today we're going to do an experiment on what would happen when you have a balloon in your car.
So this is a balloon. We're at a stop and the balloon is just staying still. Watch what happens when I accelerate. And watch what happens when I decelerate. Once again, you can see what happens when I'm accelerating. Saw how I went forward? Now I'm just driving at a constant speed, so it should stay still. And watch what happens when I decelerate. Okay, watch this again. Whenever I accelerate a little, it goes forward. And when I decelerate, it will go backwards. Forward. Decelerating. What's the lesson from this experiment? Even inside the car with a closed window, there's not a vacuum. There are still air molecules in the car which affect the balloon, since the balloon floats because the helium inside it is less dense than the air around it. When the car accelerates, the air in the car stays still and the car moves forward, so the air will be more dense in the back of the car. Thus the balloon will move forward towards a less dense area of the car, like the front. When the car is going at a constant speed, the air inside the car and the car itself are traveling at the same speed, so the air inside will be the same density everywhere, and the balloon will stay still. Finally, when the car decelerates, the air will still keep moving forward at the same rate, but the car will be moving forward at a slower rate. Thus the air in the front will be more dense, making the balloon move towards the back of the car. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching my video.